It's a mountainous country, isolated from the rest of the continent by its rugged terrain, its ancient wealth, and its unique religious heritage. For as long as anyone can remember, Ethiopians have been a deeply spiritual people. At one time or another, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity have all found a home here. All of them have flourished in the embers of a civilization that was once one of the mightiest powers in all Africa. One of the most powerful of Ethiopia's Christian beliefs is that they are the custodians of the lost Ark of the Covenant, the mysterious vessel thought to contain the actual stone tablets on which the 10 Commandments are carved. For Kibkab Wube Wood Mariam, a young trainee priest, this belief is about to play a pivotal role. "16-year-old Kibkab will soon face his first great step on the road to priesthood. In a few weeks, he hopes to take part in the most important ceremony of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, Timkat, the Feast of the Epiphany, celebrating the baptism of Christ. Although Epiphany is celebrated throughout the Christian world, the Ethiopian Timkat ceremony is different. At its heart is the Ark of the Covenant. To be allowed to take part, Kibkab must convince the senior priests of his church that he has total commitment to his calling. There will be no written test, no exams. Kibkab has to prove himself through one criterion alone: faith. It's a tough challenge, and many fail. Each of Ethiopia's 20,000 churches contains a replica of the Ark of the Covenant, the most holy object in the Ethiopian church. The Timkat festival is one of the few times when they are brought out in public. For 6 years, Kibkab has not been ready to take part in Timkat. If the elders question his faith now, it may be many years before he'll be considered again. And this is not the only pressure on Kibkab. He's got a family tradition to live up to.
ያው ወንዶቹ ሁሉም እኔ ጋራ ያው ሶስት ነን ማለት ነው። ሁለቱ ጨርሰው ያው ከእንትን ላይ ሊደርሱ ብለዋል፣ ደርሰዋል ማለት ይቻላል። እኔ ግን የመጨረሻ ስለሆንኩ ያው ለመድረስ ገና እየተማርኩ ነው እንጂ ሁሉም ወንዶቹ እንማራለን።
Kibkab practices a form of Christianity that is both ancient and unique to Ethiopia. It's thrived for centuries, sheltered in the sanctuary of the mountains. Yet it was openness to the world that brought Christianity to Ethiopia. The country's location on the Horn of Africa enabled it to dominate lucrative trade routes across the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. Ethiopia's trading supremacy ended in the 7th century when it lost control of the vital coastal ports. The flow of trade ceased. The mountains and their people lapsed into isolation. But not all of Ethiopia remained isolated. The name of the modern capital, Addis Ababa means new flower, an appropriate choice, since Addis was founded in the late 19th century, a cosmopolitan city has blossomed. The population has grown to around 3 million, representing all Ethiopia's peoples and religions. And new ideas keep the capital growing. Every year, thousands flock here to seek their fortune. Artisan Mesfan was just 10 years old when he left his rural village for Addis. Artisan came to earn an all-important extra income for his farming family back home. He seized an opportunity and, at 15, he's now his family's main breadwinner.
እያገዝኳቸው የነበረ ልጆች ምናምን ትቶኝ ስለሚመጡ እኔም እንደ ልጆች ለምን አልሆንም በማለት ነው የመጣሁት ወደዚህ እና ልጆች ባይመጡ እኔም እዛ እያገዝኳቸው ነው ምኖር ነበር። አሁን ልጆች ትቶኝ ሁሉም ሲመጡ እኔም መጣሁ ወደዚህ።
Artisan adapted quickly to city life. He and his friends are Goragi people, renowned entrepreneurs.
ለመጡት ደስ እያለኝ ስራ ጀመርኩኝ። በቃ ስራ ጀምሬ ያው ያጎቴ ልጅ አለ አንድ አሁን ገጠር ሄዷል። እሱ በቃ ሊስትሮ ቀለሙ ምኑ ገዛልኝና ከዛ ልብሴ ቀዳዳ ነበር እሱ እንደገና ገዛልኝ። ስራው ከለመጥኩት በኋላ በቃ ከዚህ በኋላ ራስህ ከቻልክ በኋላ ምንም አያገባኝም ብሎ በቃ ካሁን በኋላ እኔም አላስቸግርም ምናምን አለ።
Artisan works 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. He sends most of his money home, but always puts enough aside to afford the once-a-year trip home for Maskal, the Goragi's most important holiday. Like Thanksgiving, Maskal is a time for family reunions, and it's getting close. Kibkab also works hard, but his is a life of worship and study. He goes to a church school in his hometown of Lalibela, in the mountains of northern Ethiopia. Kibkab needs to study hard. His teacher will be one of those who have the final say as to whether he's ready to take part in a Timkat festival. And Kibkab's teacher is his own father. His father knows the dedication it takes to become a priest. He makes no exceptions, not even for his own sons. There's little formal structure to Kibkab's education. There's no end-of-year exam. Study is constant. Learning the scriptures by heart is in itself a monumental task. But Kibkab must also learn a new language, Ge'ez. It's one of Africa's oldest written scripts. Around 1,000 years ago, Ge'ez died out as an everyday language and is now solely used by the Ethiopian Church. A language seemingly frozen in time, it takes years to learn. The inspiration to succeed is all around Kibkab. Stories of the great Ethiopian saints are part of the bedrock of the church, demonstrating how intense faith can grow from humble origins. Kibkab's favorite saints, Yared, developed a unique system of musical notation for the church. His music was so beautiful that even the king was captivated. Transfixed by Yared's singing, the king leaned on his spear, piercing the saint's foot, but Yared sang on, unaware of the pain until he'd finished his song. Saint Yared has inspired generations of priests. Like Kibkab, Yared was once a struggling student. But Kibkab has some ambitions